really know how to follow that up. Panel's having way too much fun.
That's what Ice Cream does. You give Neil a pint, and it all goes to his head. He gets out of control.
I'm fairly certain he had a different kind of pint the way he was acting up there.
No, that's the one I was talking about, though. The pint in the green room. I wasn't talking about the one on stage.
Oh, jabs. All right, apparently we're going to start this game. Didn't Nigma 5-man and get first blood last game?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, and they got the stat for Miracle too?
That's just too easy. I feel like this is another pretty solid draft by Nigma.
Yeah.
I feel like they were also the best IO Slark team back in that patch when it was IO Slark. There were a couple teams that were really good at it, but this was one of the scariest because you have GHIO, probably the best IO in the world historically. And you have Miracle, who's one of the better aggressive laning carries, in my opinion. He knows how to really push an advantage and just abuse offlaners. There were a lot of IO Slark games that these guys they won the game off of just this lane. IO Gyro up there as well. So I'm expecting great things from this duo in terms of the laning phase. And then if you can transition that into playing with IO Lesh in this game, this Talon draft might be a little slow to come online. Again, I feel like a lot depends on what happens mid. Last time, Makoto had a pretty good laning phase, but they weren't really able to transition it into shutting anything on that Nigma side down. Could be a similar story here. I think Makoto will probably do fine. It's just a question of what happens after that because he has a Tiny and Silencer to play with, which is not really the best supports at playing around in Ember's tempo. There's not the greatest in terms of follow-up spells. You can maybe gank the Lesh here with a Tiny rotation, but then you're leaving jabs in a solo lane versus an IO Slark, which is pretty terrifying. There's a lot of destruction that can happen in this laning phase for Talon that they have to be wary of. Just gotta push through it.
You talking about the historic player-hero combinations on the side of Nigma. And Talon, they may not have such a same kind of high praise, but their most successful hero has probably been Q's Tiny.
Oh yeah, for sure.
This guy has been a monster on this hero for the last year, so we'll see whether or not they could put something together, because I agree that it is not the lineup that feels easy to make moves with.
It's not super straightforward, but that's where Tiny shines. Like when you need a hero that's going to create some play action for you in a lineup where you otherwise don't have it, I'm taking Tiny to do that. I feel like every time. The second this hero gets Blink, I feel like the game just changes. All of a sudden, every team fight's very straightforward. You blink, you stun, you toss them back. Tiny Airlines, first class ticket. Easy.
And those flights have been getting mighty expensive lately.
They really are, man. Inflation.
MC?
It hurts. As this
he's
meta
dead.
hurts.
Surely he's dead. And
+2.
+2, almost +4. Kuro only barely able to stay alive through those last couple of hits.
It's a good kill here. You want to get 23 off to a good start on this Terrorblade.
Oh.
And there's that IO Slark going to work. Early Orb of Corrosion rush for Miracle. Just punishing the double melee lane down here.
He just ran him down.
They did get the Equilibrium decently far back, but not back enough.
Looks like one of those situations where you give the support kill, and obviously it's very bad, but at the same time, Jabs he's got the creep wave close to his tower. He's soloing it up right now. So.
I mean, he's doing okay, but you got to remember this Miracle Slark got first blood, and that's his second Agi stack as well. He is very far ahead in the net worth department on this Slark with absolute free farm CS and aggressive itemization.
Toss back the IO, but he has the tether to be able to get back to the safety of Miracle.
Good courier kills happening.
Yeah. With the Orb of Corrosion that you've already mentioned, and then the early net worth, he could get a really fast boots, treads. I don't know how a double melee lineup deals with that.
That's why this lane can just be explosive for Nigma, which is what you want out of the IO Slark. When you can play aggressive and abuse the snowball, just power to that mid game on an entirely different level. And he has boots already flying out. Top lane still going pretty decent for Talon here, as well as mid. They're winning both technically. And of course you get a little stolen int. Never hurt anybody. MC wishing he had a couple mantles up here.
How's mid lane going? 20-6 for Sumail, 19-2 for Makoto.
He's a little ahead of net worth, though, so winning out some of these regen trades, not too bad when you're versus Leshrac. Hero's a hard laner to deal with the chain lightning spam.
Sumail Leshrac especially. I mean, Makoto...
King for a reason.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
All
but
these
Makoto,
mids, man.
Nice toss back.
Ooh, that's a beauty.
Dark Pact only helps Miracle so much, and they do manage to get the kill on him. So Q finds the opening to be able to even out this laning phase in bottom lane that was looking to be pretty rough. I thought it was going to really start snowballing against him.
That's a huge kill. So much room for jabs to just power on towards this Midas, and you're slowing down that.
Oh, get him too. Why not?
2 for 1. The net of destiny. Not usually a spell we think of as dominating the lane here.
No, not at all.
They are making it work. Kuroki flirting with danger. This is a tough support matchup. That last word really messes with you. Can never dive out from it.
I think the best part about that IO kill is it's right as Miracle is coming back up, so you prolong the time that this duo is operating independently of each other.
And he's just not even going back there. Just goes towards mid with the bottle refill. Trying to run it at Makoto, who is not 6 yet. Maybe didn't expect this gank.
Can anybody help? It doesn't look like it.
That's a good gank right there.
There were TPs available, but I guess nobody felt like they could stop that aggression.
And meanwhile, Jabs had to walk back to base off of those bottom skirmishes. So this move just goes completely unpunished on GH because Miracle's still free farming down here.
You could set up for the 6-minute power rune. Q is busy pulling the wave, so he won't be able to bodyguard it.
Who are you going to tether in this mid-game, Cap? Are you going to tether the king on the king of mid-heroes, Leshrac? Or are you going to tether Miracle God on his signature Slark? I don't know if it's his signature, but whatever.
Yeah, I thought his signature was anime. That's what you said last game.
Well, in this game, it's his signature. Who are you tethering?
Sumail.
Wrong. You tether Miracle so Kuro doesn't kick you. That was Matumba's mistake.
He played carry IO and didn't tether to Miracle enough.
Yeah, that's why they didn't want to play. That's why they want to play Core IO. Because you play Core IO on this team, you're just sweating the whole time. Oh
no!
Who do I tether?
I mean, I say Sumail just because I think IO Leshrac hits a nice mid game much more than Slark does.
I mean, not if he's getting kills down here.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting a lot of stacks the way this is racking up. Jeez. Miracle, is he going to be able to get the second one? He is. Double goes down. He dies to the creeps afterwards, but who cares? He got a double kill. He got all that experience. He got 2 more stacks on him.
Oh, this IO Slark lane is really doing work, and GH is going to be able to hold the whole wave down there as well. I mean, 23 is doing fine up here. He's kind of mostly free farming with a kill. Doing pretty well in this matchup.
Is he going to be able to hold it? Watching GH almost died in the
struggling
creeps.
Down here.
Help. Help.
No, Miracle will get all this. He's having a great game here. And Sumail's having a great one as well. Both these cores at the top of the chart by a decent margin. So GH is going to have his pick of who he tethers to. Just create havoc all over the map. I mean, he's really high level in this aisle too. He's almost level 6. You could even see an early reload into top with how much damage is being done. 23 is just dead.
Talon is just
gone. Sumail's like, what the hell, man? Why did you kill him so fast? I walked all the way up here.
What's the point of me being here now?
I'm gonna steal your wave. That's what you deserve.
Take my kill, I take your creeps.
This is another game that's looking pretty good for Nigma.
Honestly, this laning phase has...
Why has everybody been flaming this team? They look great.
Yeah.
Championship form. Nice little haster.
TPing out, and there's no disables. Yikes.
Haste rune wasted here from Makoto. And that sucks, because that's a really good rune at this point in the game. Might have been able to connect with a Doom Bottom or something that's pretty high value. Instead, just goes nowhere. And you're going to have relocation up right now. 8.5 minutes here for GH. You might even just be able to early relocate on one of these lanes if Talon aren't thinking about it.
That is crazy good timing.
Yep.
Because normally they suffer an experience, right? Because you're, as an IO, you're just constantly sitting in lanes. Your carry is like under-leveled, but they're both level 6.
To the benefit of all the kills. Just get so much XP.
He was really that greedy, huh? Trying to body block Q to make sure he doesn't take away the bottle refill. Tosses him away. Nice play by Q there. So he actually gets that bounty rune and gets away. His life intact.
I mean, Talon are looking around this area, but I don't think there's a window here. I don't think you have enough early damage to punch through this IO sustain, even just with a wand. Nighttime vision for Slark. They're going to get the D ward off that play as well. And then just farm up this triple stack that GH set the plate with. Of course, both of them won it, but only one can reign supreme. Now you're looking at the end of this nighttime interval, but MC took this tower top. Both the cores for Nigma are online. You're going to have to start punching back here for Talon. 10-minute rune, the place to do it, because you need this power rune for Ember right now.
Must have kill. And Leshrac will end up dying, so Talon with a successful rotation. A DD for Makoto, and they can go for the IO maybe.
Yeah, he reloaded for that, and he did not get it. So GH coming back to mid.
He's going to be able to get the tether away onto Kuro, who started walking back at the Phoenix to make that tether stretch a little bit farther.
That's a lot of levels for these Talon supports, though. They were struggling a bit, but now they're both level 5, and there's still a tome flying out. So you're going to maybe have this global up, maybe some extra tiny points. That was a rough death for Sumail. You got to kind of expect this 10-minute rune rotation. There's no other play that Talon can really be making.
Such a fast diffusal blade.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if Makoto's ready for this one, but can he land the pounce?
I think he's got a remnant out. Tries to hit him after the slight, and he is able to jump away to the remnant he preemptively laid out. Because if he doesn't have a remnant out, it's actually super dangerous because that diffusal blade's low, right? The inhibit.
That is one downside for this Nigma lineup, though. Their stuns are a bit lacking.
Yeah, they are.
They do not have the best initiation or setup until that Slark Ags, which I think is pretty much a necessity at some point in this game to maintain the lockdown. You could go that Atos Underlord build, but honestly, it's just not what this pick is here for. This pick is here to buy the ores and buff up the 2 other cores and make sure you have the early Greaves for that IO tether pair so you can get early Roshans and objectives in this game. I don't want MC going Atos. It's just not what your lineup's designed to do.
Yeah.
You'll get it later, but it means in some of these early skirmishes, it might be a little annoying that Miracle can't snowball with this early diffusal as much as he wants to.
MC using the Dark Rift to kill the Siege Wagon wave. So I thought that was a cute play.
I mean, Makoto still got the last hit with that DE, so he's not too sad. And as far as Talon's lockdown, it's all about getting more levels on this Ember, so he has those chains points up.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Power rune on the other side. Invis rune for Ollie. Or Q, rather.
Game is definitely slowed down for Nigma. They did not get to transition what was a pretty good laning phase for their cores into that really high-tempo IO pressure that I think they would have wanted to. And now Talon finding a little opening.
And he can't dive away because the silencer is the big counter to Phoenix in that situation. If you use the dive, then you'll just come right back because you'll be silenced from last words. So
6 ints for Ollie.
Not too bad.
Meanwhile, Jabs quietly farmed his way to the top of the net worth chart on this Midas Doom. He will TP top to try and join this MC kill, but he's too fast. The big man lumbers away.
The armored slug. 6-6, 13 minutes in here in Game 2. Nigma Galaxy, who went 1-1 just earlier today against Nouns, already got a win over Talon. They're looking to make it 2. It'll be their first series win of this tournament, if they can manage to do so. But even just a 1-1 makes their run back into potential area where they could go in as the top 4 team.
Man,
I mean, it's
really
a long road.
out.
Don't get me wrong, but
I don't know. I mean, the Miracle Rampage from last game, that's a spiritual series win. You know, we'll give it to him on that. This is round 2. Has MC overstayed his welcome? I believe he has.
Just a little bit.
He has been up here for a long time, making Talon work for it. But I think they're happy to clean up that kill. Because that's a lot of extra gold for this Tiny who's working towards that blink, which is going to enable this entire Talon lineup. There's a reason they pick this Q Tiny so much. It's because it lets them get away with these greedy, clunky lineups that otherwise don't have the jump and initiation. Because all of a sudden you get that blink, you just run around the map, you blink toss someone into your ball. TB's hitting them, Doom's hitting them. You can global on some revo save. It brings the whole lineup together. So you do not want to be feeding any extra gold to this Tiny. You don't have to. And this is your Bloodstone timing for Leshrac, which they haven't gotten a lot done with here, right? I mean, he's stealing some farm. That's great.
Yeah.
Drop a rune for him.
He hasn't done
haven't
much
gotten that fight
yet, but this is kind of where it starts peaking, right? The IO Lesh.
This is when it's pretty damn strong. You can get on top of heroes. That's the issue, though.
Yeah, they just need good Dark Rifts. They need good pits to allow Sumail to be able to follow this up, and they've got one on 23 here. And they hit the stun, slow him down. The Global Silence stops the Split Earth from coming out, so...
Dire's bottom tower is under
Nice global. I don't think you're going to use it in the next minute and a half here, and that was a Split Earth land. If you don't choose to do that, it's going to force Nigma to just claim this tier 1 instead of 23's life.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
And Talon will continue to farm towards their Tiny blink.
Ember actually cut the wave mid because the Siege Wagon is pushing in. So he's trying to create pressure somewhere else on the map where Nigma are going for that big tower push. Not a bad idea.
Ember's definitely had a slow game. This is a later Maelstrom than he would like. It's going to give some rain to this Nigma lineup. Sumail with the early plate mail as well. A lot of tank ability here. They just want to force the issue, and they are indeed forcing it. You get an early Aegis out of this somehow, Miracle's just going to go ham. He's already poking you. Echo Saber, I kind of like that. He had a pretty damn good game, so you can delay this Ags a little bit more. It's not going to hurt you. There's no early objective taking from Talon that's going to punish you not having the latch to exert map pressure. You can always disassemble it too.
Yeah, he's eventually going to turn it into
Mage Slayer.
Yeah, Mage Slayer. And that's, I mean, that's a powerful pickup, especially against the Ember Spirit.
Oh, yeah. So I don't mind Nigma playing a slow game. I almost think the emphasis is on Talon to make Slaying happen with this tiny blink. And they agree. Instant smoke off Q getting that delivered. This is the big fight they want. They want to get a good toss back, abuse their Doom BKB, abuse this meta that's up for 23. If this fight happens around the Roche Pit, all the better for it. But Nigma have read this game to a T and have dodged it completely.
Yeah, they even had the scan there on the upper river point, thinking that, okay, there's probably smoked and they might be invading our triangle. Not actually the case. Talon instead went for the kill. Farther north of that, but the point is, Nigma did have the idea correct. Now they aim to defend this tower. Talon might just be forcing things a bit.
This is a hard go if Nigma are ready for it.
They get a nice toss back onto the Underlord. That kill made... Oh, no! The heal came in just in time and the relocate. Still, though, an IO without the Leshrac combo there. Oh, they need a Sunder. He gets it off, but at the same time, is 23 going to be able to live with this extra bit of health? Nice use of the Hurricane. That was beautiful from Jabs. Miracle, though, he's got another pounce, and he latches onto him. He's going to collect on that kill. 23 falls.
You can hide, but not from Miracle Slark. And that was the ready I'm talking about. GH is just too good of a healer. That's what GH stands for.
Good heals.
Good heals, my friend. What a perfect reload save. That reload save was so fast on the tether. Ollie didn't even have time to global. He's like, oh, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they were like, oh, this Underlord's just gone. Why do I have to global here?
It was a great toss back.
You had to global, son.
And Talon, like, Q plays, right? The Sunder going down, use the Hurricane to push 23, like they're saving each other. But it's still not good enough. And this
fishy. And that was that IO mech as well. He just got it delivered for that fight.
Oh no, Makoto really wanted to finish off this tower. Now I have a feeling it's going to get denied instead.
One might even say, Cap, that the stars are aligning.
No, stop this.
I mean, that's their team motto. It's like that's not even a pun in some sense. I'm just promoting.
Yes, I know. That's why I don't like it. If it was a pun, I would have enjoyed it.
Well, what's Talon's motto? The claw is sharp? I don't know. Like, what? It's not my fault they don't have one. Maybe they do. I don't know it.
Listen, I didn't want to say this on podcast, but I hate promoting the team brands. There are little hashtags. Hashtag stars align. Yeah.
Hashtag the claw is sharp.
Hashtag.
Top tower is under attack.
What is SMGs moving under fire?
I mean,
I don't get that one.
it's still none of them compete with Arm the Rebels. That's my favorite for sure.
True. It's applicable in so many areas.
Dire are scanning.
However, we are getting sidetracked as that discussion means Miracle has finished Ags. And I feel like that is the green light for this Nigma team because now you have the consistent lockdown. You can tether him into the fight as well to give him the overcharge on the hits.
I think it was literally the only thing missing for their lineup,
Yes.
right?
And Talon are making another smoke move. Oh, Miracle.
Do not get caught off right now, sir.
He's going in.
Oh, he goes in. Oh, Miracle. Quick reaction, though. Gets off his ultimate. A dice toss away from
And
Q.
he
Gets
from
jabbed out of
behind.
danger. And they're burning through this Tiny. He's going to die pretty quickly. 23 on the high ground with the meta, but they don't have a way to stop these heroes. Nigma just reset pretty easily, and Talon are just going to have to accept the L. And probably, I think Nigma... I don't know, I guess they're not really a Roche team, but I feel like there is nothing, like Talon can't contest them.
I mean, they're a decent Roche team. With the overcharge on these heroes, it's going to melt pretty fast. Yeah, that's just Roshan Aegis for Miracle. He can play even more aggressive. Man, he has played well this series. And when Miracle's playing well, this is what this lineup is built around. This is how this team's supposed to function. Around this guy just destroying games, buffing him up. Fast fingers. Maybe on vacation, but he was still working it out.
Gets himself
Not
nice and limber
today.
when he was needed most. And Nigma definitely needed him. Their roster changes really did not work out for them this season.
And honestly, I think at this point, you have Pipe, you have Crimson on this Underlord. You still have that egg that can cause interference in the fight and the mech on GH. I wouldn't mind just tethering into this Slork in the fight and abusing Aegis with the overcharge. Let Sumail just run around on his own with Bloodstone and kind of play the tanky frontliner, right? Because he's going to get buffed by Pipe and Crimson. He's not that susceptible to getting bursted in a game like this.
Sure, yeah.
Just let Miracle go ham. And I don't think Talon have a good answer to it right now. They are struggling to find a way to control this Slork. It's just doom. But Aegis prevents that. So now I think you just have to split the map if you're Talon. Abuse the Terrorblade illusions. Abuse the fact that Makoto is still mostly uncatchable. Outside of if Miracle really wants to try and set up on him with some pounce out of the trees. It is an option.
And maybe the only highlight for Talon is the fact that Makoto can always stay out on map pretty deep.
Yeah, once he has BKB, that's just 100% guaranteed for pretty much the entire game. Miracle will be going Shadowblade, which I like. Then he can play alone on the map, and you can reload the Lesh into that fight. That's a way they can maintain map control. Sets up everything just super nicely here.
Jabs trying to put that Hurricane to use.
I mean, this is just free pokes, right?
Yep.
What are you going to do here? I guess you can go to the IO pair, which is what Talon are looking to do. This is a pretty nice move.
Perfect timing, too, right as they went on to Makoto. Unfortunately, they do not have the damage to quickly kill the IO, and he managed to just TP away. They both do.
Well, that's pretty depressing for Talon.
Yeah, a little bit. Jeff's still being gone on. This time he doesn't have the Hurricane. Has to use the BKB on
Oh,
himself.
Hurricane Miracle in. I don't know if that was the play, but
I don't think so.
Is under attack. Dire structure.
sometimes these little pokes work out. You know, it's a forced error. Leaves Sumail to deal some extra tower damage. He has Regen Rune and bots up in 5 anyway. There's a lot of global map presence for this Nigma lineup. Underlord can join the fight. Sumail can bots in. You can reload somebody else.
Is it the
Kuro can
silencer?
shove the waves.
What is it about the fact that both games,
Radiant's top tower
Anti-Mage
is under
and Slark, Miracle's played a hero that Talon just cannot seem to really stop. There seems to be something missing in their draft that Nigma have exploited really well with their carry picks.
Just a lack of control. They have like some minor control. I think Talon's used to playing in a lot of these games where their cores just outscale the enemies.
Yeah.
And they can let the fight come into them. But in these games, I just don't think that's 100% true. And I think Nigma are abusing the fact that these Talon lamps are a bit slower and they're getting the Roshans. Like, Miracle's had a lot of Aegises in this series.
Yeah, that's true.
So maybe you have a Doom or something, but if your control is limited and you're playing into a bunch of Aegises, it just makes the game impossible. And this is just vintage Nigma. They're just buying all the buffs from Miracle, throw it on top of him, let him go ham. It's pretty hard to control this Slark when he has Pipe and Crimson and double heals and a Lincoln's being built on mind control and all the Aegises in the world. It's a lot. Go for the easier target. The Slug. The Slug has been salted.
Can you channel the Dark Rift if you...
Oh, they're coming through the gate. Maybe not.
GH is actually... Oh, it gets him out again. No way. They just do not have the damage to deliver the finishing blow. 23 going for a desperate TP out. That is not going to work. Ollie, a little bit more reasonable. Will be able to. Jabs is going to get run down next, though. Pops the BKB. But,
he's gone. He's just gone here.
Yeah, he's going to use that time. Hurricane down. The pounce, the Hope Miracle can follow you just as easily.
You can delay it, but you're going down eventually to these pounces. Man, these GHIO saves are so good for so long, too.
Yeah.
It's absolutely terrifying. Like, the globals are just... I don't even see them coming. I'm not sure how you're supposed to global a reload out of a gate. It's it's like a save on a save.
So
literally call the ambulance, but not for me.
So MC used his Dark Rift to his allies for them to be able to pass through.
Yeah.
And then they jumped through, and then GH was able to get the relocate out. That's pretty sick.
And that was a fast reload out of the gate.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the crazy part for me is all of these fights, it's like even if they kill MC, the fight is still terrible for them. So we dropped the gate.
They all run through.
They all run through.
Reload goes off. You get the mech heal, and Global's just not there. So you're just out of dodge.
That's really cool.
I mean, I think Global's on cooldown. So maybe if you even have it, it doesn't change it, but that's a tough fight once that type of double save action happens. And man, this team is looking pretty damn good in these games.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I'm not going to say they're going to like win the tournament. You know, I said that last game, but
yeah, well, I'm not going to say that. Well, I already said that, but
I mean, we all know the franchise has already been turned around.
Dire's middle tower
Now
is
you're
under
just
attack.
marching towards those dubs. Haters be damned.
it's inevitable. They're only up by 4K, but it feels so much more. It feels like Talon can't fight back.
No, it feels very difficult. They need a really good fight where this Terrorblade gets to sit and be a turret and just hit everybody forever. And if that happens, they do have the damage. They can also take these fights off of the tiny displacement. We haven't really seen it too much.
Yeah.
The reload save's been really annoying, but in theory, if you toss someone in and you global, that person's probably dead. I say probably because it hasn't happened, but there's a goddamn lot of healing going on.
Sark, the only one who hasn't done any healing.
Here's another nighttime smoke. Miracle, thinking about it, decides to show mercy.
And if this game feels and looks impossible for Talon to be able to fight back, it seems Dota Plus agrees. They're saying like it's a 90-10 game right now. So at 4,000 net worth lead, it's a bit deceptive, I guess.
I don't know if it's 90-10. That seems a little severe. I'd maybe say it's like 85-15, you know.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
90-10.
You're going to make a big deal about 5% difference?
All right, fine. Maybe it's like 87-13. I don't know. 90-10 is just ridiculous, dude.
The worst part is that I rounded it up. It was 87-13.
Well, there you go. That's what I'm saying. If you're going to get it right, at least get it right, you know? Come on, man.
Yeah, but 87-13 doesn't sound good. 90-10. People understand
after that kill, it's
instantly.
probably 90-10. What is it now, actually? Fine. Nope, 87. It really likes this 87. It's flatline. There is no pulse for Talon.
Well, Talon's about to flatline.
Just no control.
Yeah, Miracle just hops into the base. Hey, how's it going? Hops back out again.
You just got to get a toss back at some point. Somebody needs to come into your clutches. 10 seconds for this Doom respawn. Shiva's up for Sumail. Do have one for Jabs as well. I mean, the items are here for Talon. It just doesn't feel like they have enough damage to cut through the heal.
My favorite thing about what you just said is you say, well, it's pretty much only toss back that can win them the fight.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to come in clutch. like anybody else
Oh,
can
look at
do
this,
it.
though. The reload bottom to farm, but they're coming back.
Oh,
into the
my
gank.
God. What was that? Even worse, they couldn't actually kill him. The
They're just
BKB
not
goes out
manning
from
up.
Sumail with a Bloodstone. They have to keep their distance. They have the Depth Shroud there from Miracle
23
as
in
well.
trouble. Give
And he
him a
managed to get
Thunder.
the pounce on at 23. They're trying to get him away from this situation. They got the Doom out onto the Slark. The Slark's dead. Coming in from behind Makoto. They're going to go for the Phoenix next. 23 finally died, yes, but Sumail and MC are left without their teammates. Is it possible for Makoto to fight these two?
No,
Okay.
but he can run away.
Run away.
And I feel
Get
like
out.
you take that as a dub. You got the Slark kill.
Yeah, 3-for-3 exchange.
I mean, you much rather have Terrorblade live, but you got as good a Thunder you're going to get there. Full HP on that Slark. He gets finished off by Makoto on the backside. I thought that was just going to be a insta-pop on the IO on the reload back at least.
Yeah, it was both concerning, the start of that fight, the fact that they couldn't actually kill the IO, but, you know, they won the fight in the long, or at least went even.
What is it?
Fight.
Hashtag the claw is sharp.
The claw.
I don't even know what that means.
Why is the claw? Why not the Talon?
I mean,
The Talon is sharp.
their hashtag can't be the Talon something if their name is Talon. You know,
Hashtag sharp talons.
you can't be Nigma, hashtag the Nigma Alliance.
Because
It doesn't
talons
make
are
any
different
sense.
than claws, that's why.
Well, it's a type of claw. You can claw somebody with a talon.
Okay, well, that's clawing talons then. Hashtag.
I'll think about it. I'll think about that.
That was can we talk about that? That was so greedy.
What?
To relocate down to bottom lane.
It was a little greedy, the positioning. I think they felt like 10 seconds. What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah.
They just all got smoked on.
Well, now you have an Aghanim Scepter onto Makoto, who has already been very hard for Nigma to actually do anything about besides ignore him for the most part.
I mean, is he going to go for an Aegis steal or something? He's
Yeah,
looking.
he's going to try. He's going to pop the
That's
BKB.
a little early,
He's going to
though.
go around.
He's panning
See
up.
if he can
He
finish
got
it.
it.
He gets it.
What?
Nice. Well played, Makoto. I mean, you said somebody has to step it up, and apparently that person is Makoto.
Okay. I don't know if that should have worked like that because he went in really early. I think you just stopped killing it there and you waited out.
Yeah.
Little lack of discipline from Nigma. They're going to pay a pretty big price as he gets Aegis out of that. That's brutal. That delays this game so much. Aegis is your siege mechanism here. Or at least your mechanism for Miracle to go in the fight, right? Now these fights, you have a window where Ember, number one, Ember can frontline a lot more to give you vision, wear out some of these Slark spells, and number two, you might get the Doom on this Slark. Brutal. Absolutely brutal steal. Somebody has to step up in this game. Makoto says it will be me.
I like that. He sees that Roshan's low, but not low enough for him to go for the steal, and he just starts committing for. He just starts hitting the Roshan.
I mean, once you're in, you're in.
Miracle, finding an opening here.
Doesn't have Basher. Jab should be able to BKB TP.
Yeah, just goodbye. And the relocate was used for that. So even though BKB on cooldown, I wonder if it's worth considering for Talon to go and try and take a fight around this.
I mean, I think that's worth for the space alone. You're farming up your Terrorblade in this whole period.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's worth it for Jabs.
Do you feel like, so that like that 90-10, 85-15, whatever, do you feel like it gets closer to 50-50 the longer the game goes? I mean, in general, that concept is always there, right? Like, if a game goes late enough, it just becomes more of a coin flip. That's what you always told me.
There is some truth to that. You know, past 60 minutes, does net worth mean anything? And the answer is yes, but
Yes.
I mean, Not spiritually. You know?
Spiritually,
the game is even.
Economically, it does mean something, but spiritually.
As a relation to the total amount of gold in the game, any individual's hero's net worth is not as large in impact. So,
I mean, gold's just a construct, man.
Yeah, it's just a capitalistic ideal. Does it really exist? Are we really human?
Oh no, the two supports! Okay, Force Staff gets away from one pounce. The second one actually doesn't land. They get an avalanche to kind of cover Ollie a little bit further. Surely he's going to die for this.
He didn't get the Doom.
Oh, he popped out for a second. Miracle quickly disappears into the shadows. Makoto jumping around like crazy, but does get caught. Hit by the Pit of Malice. Now the Split Earth, but
here.
He's still okay with the Remnant going out, but he doesn't have anything left. Okay, that's going to be life number 1. Can Talon find an opening here?
They got the egg in the meantime.
Yeah, the egg is down. 23, Big Bad and Golden just running forward in the meta form. Oh, that blink stun was so close to landing on 2, but MC and Sumail both got away from it. Now they're going to turn.
Nice Yules buying time.
Their distance away
through
from
the
23. Gate. They're going to try and go through the gate. Makoto's following him. Makoto's going to chase after him. MC did not go home. He went to top lane. Somehow lost sight of him.
Miracle got a DD somehow in the river and is fighting it below.
This fight is so split. Okay, MC's still dead. I thought maybe Miracle was actually going to kill something on the other side with that DD, but no.
He should have gone back through the gate.
Yeah. We need to go back.
This is not where I want to be. Take me back through the gate, brothers. He was like, I think he thought his team might have been able to follow and help him out.
What? Why was he? I mean, you know, God bless him for trying to do like the uber efficient play, you know?
I just think it's hilarious you can follow people through the gate. And then they all went through, and then Miracle got a DD in the river, and then suddenly like Q's left in the river. He's like, yo, guys, there's a DD Slark down here. Please come back.
Yeah, I thought really Miracle was going to start tearing things up.
That was a sketchy ass fight, but ultimately it's good for Talon. Because Miracle has to commit too far in. He uses like 2 pounces and an ult, and they get nothing off it. And then 23 just shows up, kills an egg, kills an IO. Suddenly you're getting routed if you're Nigma because your support and heals are gone. And look at the net worth right now. Talon are coming back in this game off that Aegis. Another fight, you're trying to force it, but BKB is there. Miracle just, the poke is not as good as it used to be. And utility is starting to come out for Talon. Double 4 staffs up for these supports. You have a full Yules on top of Q that we saw last fight. The stall mechanisms to displace Miracle in these engagements are online. And it's getting spooky because 23 is getting to 6-slot territory. We saw the Daedalus crits from this Terrorblade last fight. They picked this into Lesh for a reason because Talon feels like if the game goes really late, Terrorblade just shreds Leshrac. That's what they like about this matchup. He's level 20, Daedalus online, Titan Sliver online.
Yeah, I mean, the way I was looking at it is how does 23 actually get to hit these heroes? But, like, if Nigma can never fight the Terrorblade, then...
I mean, he gets to hit them by the fact that Nigma's forcing the issue and they kite out the Slark pounces. And then the supports are overextended. That's the best case scenario for 22 Savage. Outside if you get a toss back. But we just haven't seen the toss backs. It's pretty hard to toss anybody back when it's just Slark running in and it's like...
Yeah.
I don't really want to toss Slark. That's just a free pounce. So this is all about next Roshan. Like this next Roshan is perhaps the game for these teams. And you have Ags on jabs. Oh, this AoE Doom could be really problematic in these fights. Because now he doesn't have to try and throw it on this Slark. He doesn't have to try and throw it through the Lincoln Sphere on MC or the Lotus on Kuroki that can get thrown on these cores. Just throw it on yourself and blink in. And suddenly your control is significantly better.
It also makes things a little bit harder to relocate out, similar to like Static Storm, right? You got to be careful with how you use the relocate and then tether in. You don't want to get in that AoE.
If you're talking about a mortal IO player, I would agree with you. But GH is no mere mortal.
That's true.
As we've seen on these reloads, it is the fastest reload in the West. Kapow. Look at that. That's the face of a man who's played IO for 1,000 too many games.
Those bright shining orbs in those glasses, that wasn't the reflection of the computer screen. Those were little IOs.
It has become his soul. It's all he sees night and day. I have become one with the ball.
Kuro, what is he doing on the low ground there?
He's
the rest
trying
of his
to bait.
team.
He has buyback. He might just be trying to bait out a jump.
It could be. Talon didn't go for it, though.
23 Savage buys out for Manta.
Sumail.
This is your Roche fight.
Jab's going to go for it.
That AoE Doom.
He hits him with the Doom, and they've got the meta damage on him. He is just dead. There was no relocate save because
He wasn't close.
He was too far away. He was playing with the Slark.
Radiant's middle tower
And
is
these
under
types of fights are not the ones you can be losing because you're
Angle
losing vision control to Gem, which means you're losing Roche control. Talon have held on long enough in this game that they have struck back, and they have struck back big. Now they're taking the high ground to Nigma.
Dude, this game it still says this is a 70-30 game.
I mean, I don't know about after that fight.
Yeah, it feels like
I think this AI is
very
a bit
even.
biased towards Miracle. It heard he was back.
just like it always loves Spectre, it always loves Miracle.
Little rats happening though.
Yeah.
Little rat action never hurt anybody through the gate. Come with me this time, brother. Oh.
Chains doesn't stop you. Apparently. It's GH.
Only stuns.
I can't believe he hasn't TP'd out.
It's a little
He's like,
greedy.
nah, this is fine. Wait, the shrine's being taken right next to him.
He's got Glimmer.
I guess so.
Not gonna have detection. His Doom is really scary now. He has the Doom cooldown. He has it in the AoE. He has a ninja gear, so he's just gonna pre-smoke jump in that fight. You're not even gonna see him. And this, like we talked about, there's no real save for this AoE Doom unless you get that really clutch reload. They're gonna have to be really clutch now because, as we saw, that target's also dying a lot faster.
Yep.
These crits come out from 23. They hurt. Hex finish for MC, another very big item in this game. If you can somehow find the initiation or even Hex Makoto when he jumps in, this Ember does not have a Lincoln's. He does not have that instant block, so he's susceptible if he doesn't BKB early. That might just win you the fight.
Global Silence is up again, so if they see an opportunity, go for a pick, they can Global Silence to cover that relocate.
These fights are really just about who gets the jump and who clicks buttons faster. Sometimes it is a quick draw. Full Bloodthorn for Miracle. A lot of damage on this Slark on top of the Penna Edge Sword. We are getting into that late game territory where heroes are going to start dying pretty fast if you don't get the saves on time. And refresher for 23. I was about to say, he's full slotted, but he's full slotted twice. This is brutal because I don't think you're killing this Terrorblade through BKB, and now he's got two of them.
It's crazy to me that he...
God damn. He's big.
He did that. No boots, no blink dagger. Like, usually,
You get Swift
if
Blink or
you
something.
drop your boots, it's because you have a Swift Blink, right?
Does have Hurricane Pike? Maybe he just feels like the fights are going to come to them because their idea is we're going to force the Roche, they're going to have to go into us. If we force the high ground, they're going to have to go into us. Like, Slark has to pounce into me to take the fight. I don't need to chase here. I kind of like that idea.
are scanning.
Once again, Miracle does have a Lincoln's on him, but it won't protect him against that AoE Doom. That's what he's got to be careful for. Makoto, all
There's
that
the Hex
mobility.
here.
They see MC is a little bit isolated here. The Global Silence goes out. They're going to start leading into the Underlord. This Global Silence isn't going to cover the relocate very well, though, but
Doom
maybe
is
the Doom.
hit.
He goes out, the relocate
The
save
reload's
coming in,
not
but the
there.
AoE Doom, it stopped it. He wasn't able to get the tether timing right there. Sumail is still being covered by the depth shot a
They
little bit.
healed him
Healed up pretty nicely. In fact, the Doom is now dead. 23 is having a hard time
They're
keeping
melting
on
the
top of these
TV.
heroes. Too many stuns. He gets off. Oh, nice use of the refresher there. Gets off a Sunder, a fresh BKB, a fresh life to be able to work with, but he's being kited now. The BKB is gone. The scythe goes out. A toss away over to the side, over to Makoto. Gets them a little bit of distance, but Nigma are not slowing down. They're running down these heroes one by one. A TP out from 23. Oh, he was stopped by something. It looks like he turns around and kills the Phoenix before MC and the rest of Nigma bring him down. That was a really bad fight for Talon.
Super clutch BKB by Sumail. That AoE Doom goes in, but he got BKB off on the Lesh. It prevents a huge amount of damage. The pits from NC were also just blocking off that whole ramp. Talon couldn't get in. It took Jabs forever to get in the fight. It took forever to get this TB deep in where he's hitting the same target that the Doom is going on. And that heal eventually comes out. GH the reload's not there, but the heals are. Bloodstone comes online, and suddenly you are looking down the barrel of a second Leshrac life to compete with your second Terrorblade. Really good fight for Nigma here. It does cost him an IO buyback, but I mean, you get Roshan off that, and that is a big Roshan to get.
It would also be a really sick game for Aghanim Scepter on Leshrac, right?
I mean, it's pretty damn nice. Yeah, he has Strength Blink too.
I mean, he's only dying to the Terrorblade's damage, so he just nihilism.
Man, what a huge fight to win. And that was Talon trying to be the aggressors there, where you were talking about this TV is pretty slow to get in a fight like that.
Yeah.
I thought the way they wanted to take the fight was go in the pit and make Nigma go into you.
Yep.
That type of fight does not favor Talon with their itemization and fighting through that pit of malice. Just destroyed them.
Yeah, if you want to do something like that, I think, yeah, the Blink Dagger
Swift
build,
Blink,
yeah, you can do that, but...
Imagine he can Swift Blink on the Lesh when that Doom is out. You might kill... But the problem is, even if you kill Nigma there, they have a tier 2, they have buybacks. It's just not the place you want to fight if you're Talon.
Yeah, that entire setup of that fight was pretty bad for Talon. They just seemed to get so eager they were finally winning this game.
It's like, we're killing them, guys. We're killing them. Well, yeah, killing them by their tier 2. And use the Jabs buyback as well. He was nowhere close to getting back in that engagement, which means Aegis to the Leshrac on top of Shard and a Refresher Shard for Mind Control. So that's double Hex potential. Absolutely devastating if you landed on any of these Talon cores.
Yeah, Makoto's got to be a lot more careful with the way he's jumping around.
I mean, he bought Aeon. he is aware of how fast he can die.
Toss back. Okay. Global Silence once again going to be used with the Doom, and the silence lasts long enough. But that's just life number 1 anyway.
He's going to come back into Doom.
Q, can he stop this? He comes back into the Doom. They have the Depth Shroud there as well. Sumail does manage to get the reset, and there goes. Relocate goes out. Makoto chasing after these heroes. They still have a little bit more Doom timing left, though. And 23 is right on top of him. Look at the toss back onto the IO as well. The IO is still inside of that Doom, but the damage, they're healing up too much. 23 just cannot output enough damage fast enough. GH finally goes down, but the egg is going to explode on top of him, and he's dead. Sumail's running down Q next, and Talon, that is them just all out of gas at this point in time.
And the gate to the tier 4. And no one else went
Makoto
through. That looked pretty good for Talon with the double Dooms. You toss the IO into it. MC wasted double Hex on that Ember Aeon, not expecting it. And still, the amount of heal from this Nigma lineup is absolutely absurd. Double Sunray doing huge amounts of work there on top of how much this IO and Lesh are healing with the Bloodstone and the Amp. And
I mean, I think
disgusting.
The Depth Shroud and then both the units being inside of the Depth Shroud tethered.
Yeah,
that just sounds so broken.
This lineup is absolutely disgusting in terms of the late game state potential, and they are making it work. Now you're stuck in a base defense scenario where you don't have Terrorblade for another 40, and even when he comes up, he's only going to have 1 round of spells. That Refresher on cooldown. Now look at the healing in this. This is a monstrous amount of heal for a lineup. 50,000.
Does Slark not get the points for the Depth Shroud heal?
Of course he doesn't. He's a carry. Carries don't heal.
All right.
They tactically divert damage.
Looking for a toss back. They get it onto MC. They're just trying to pull heroes as deep as possible. Miracle once again ready with the Depth Shroud every single time. Beautiful Avalanche though.
Terrorblade up in 2. They're trying to stall this fight for 23 to get back, and he will get back.
Keep him inside. Q ready to go again soon.
The Splitter Shard stunned him.
Oh, gotta be careful of that egg, though. They got caught in the pounce, and Makoto's dead. 23 has to back away here. The Avalanche covers him. Okay, the Doom's gonna be used, but again, this Doom, he just cannot stay alive, even though he gets on top of some of these heroes. Sumail now pop with the BKB, and this is gonna be Talon run out of this game. 23 thinking about, what do I do here? Do I sunder him to keep him alive? Do I focus on my own life? Either way, I don't think it matters much.
Too many stacks for Miracle, man. 40 Essence shift stacks plus 20 permanent.